Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Fuel for Success, episode 204. This beautiful Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for hanging with us. We're a couple minutes late. Crazy busy with book releases and living life. And so Matt needed an extra 40 seconds to wash his car. Al's completely right. No, that's not true.
I flat love Al. I'm an Al fan. Don't anybody on this show mess with Al. I'm an Al fan. Yeah, guys, thank you so much, and good morning to you, Mike Hopkins. Mike, is your middle name John?
It is.
That's cool. So is mine. That's cool. That's just good to know. Michael John, Matthew John. I'm
Sure.
glad my parents gave me that kind of middle name. You know,
The dynamic MJ team.
I got two gospels in my middle name, man. Matthew and John. I'm set. I'm set for life, man.
You're good.
And good morning, everyone. Sorry we're late. I sat in an hour-long traffic jam. Thank you very much, Tampa Bay. Dropped my son off to school. Took me an hour to get back, but hey, we're here. We're alive. We're grateful, and good things are happening, Mike.
Yeah, it is. Hey, I noticed Lance said that he used the delay to go buy the book Just Juice It. Thanks for pointing that out, Lance. Thanks for buying the book. I'm going to put the link up right now for anybody that hasn't seen it. If you haven't seen it, I don't know what you've been doing. But
In fact, anybody that views Fuel for Success, I'm asking you. I'm literally as a friend. I'm asking you to buy this book today. Mike and I are trying to sell 100,000 copies of this. We at least want to sell 200 today because we're on a mission to put this book out there. Like I told someone this morning, at the end of the day, I believe wholeheartedly this book is going to save lives, Mike. I believe it's literally going to save people from getting cancer. It's going to save people from dying. It's going to save parents from allowing their kids to become another victim of childhood obesity.
right.
It's going to cause people to lose weight. Hey, celebration. One of my clients just texted me yesterday. In 2.5 months, he's lost 50 pounds.
Wow.
So major shout out there. I'm excited for him. He's doing a phenomenal job. And yeah, bro, listen, at the end of the day, man, I really want to get this book in the hands of, here's who needs to read this book. Every person that's obese or sick, and every person that cares about your health. If you don't care about your health and you want to die, this book's going to give no value to you. But if you care about your health and you want to live, and you want to beat disease, this book is going to help you. I want every person that has cancer to read this book. I want every person that has heart disease to read this book. I want people that have diabetes to read it. I want people that are overweight. If you're overweight at all, you need to read this book. If you're a parent, you need to read this book. By far, one of my most passionate books, in fact, the most passionate. Many times when I was writing, I got up and paced. There's many times I was writing, I was just like, because I was so passionate, people in Starbucks would be looking at me because I just was like, it was just like passion, trying to here's how I wrote it. I wrote it in a way of, if I could talk to every overweight person, if I could talk to every person that has disease, this is what I would tell them. If I could talk to every person that's sick or every person that's obese, this is what I would tell them, or every person that wants to be healthy. So it was written with a lot of passion, Mike, a lot of feeling. In fact, the day that I wrote my final chapter, a good friend of mine died. And really, to be straight honest, he died in his 30s. He was very obese. And I thought, as I wrote the last chapter, I literally was typing as I got a message on Facebook that he had died, and I just couldn't believe it. I sat there for 30 minutes. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't even continue writing. I was mad. Because I've had a few friends of mine. I've had 3 close friends die because of heart disease and obesity. Die. And a lot of the reasons, and all of them were parents. And one of them, I was at the funeral, and they literally had to pull the daughter off the casket. I mean, seeing that will definitely motivate you. Yeah. Knowing he didn't have to die. If he would have lost the weight, if he would have gotten healthy, then he would have lived. He would have lived. He would have. People can say, well, it's just his time to go. No, it wasn't. No, it was not. Actually, there's a scripture in the Bible, my friends, in the Bible, where God said, why be foolish and die before your time? We can die before we're meant to die. So all these people, listen, I've had people tell me, well, we're going to die one day anyways. See, Mike, it's about this, okay? There's the rare stories of the people that lived to be 90 and they ate all kinds of bad food and they did. Those are the rare stories. You ready for this? Let's suppose you could eat all the crap and still live a long life. Let's suppose you could. You ready for this? Really? Really? Would you not want to feel better? Here's what I want you to do. Diary after you eat. Journal. Okay? Journal how you feel after you eat all the crap. Okay? And then journal how you feel after you eat or juice, fruits and vegetables and drink water. I guarantee you the outcome is always going to be you feel better when you eat healthier. Mike, this isn't even our health and weight loss show. You got me talking about the book. I'm obviously extremely passionate. I'm excited. You ever had one of those things happen where you're like excited, but yet you just don't know how to feel?
Yeah. I'm loving the comments here on the thing. And you know what, Matt? I couldn't agree with you more, though, about the analogy. It's like, yes, why is it always, it doesn't necessarily have to be just a matter of, is this going to kill me or not, right? It's like, do you want to live a long life full of low energy and not accomplishing anything? No. I want to live a long life full of energy, even if you are appointed to die. Let's say, you don't know, right? I mean, maybe your time is going to be up, but don't you want to live life with energy and passion up until that point? Or do you want to just sort of...
Well, that's the bottom line. The facts remain. The facts remain. If you eat a lot of sugar, fried foods, highly processed foods, a lot of red meat, the facts remain. Drink a lot of Cokes. You're going to be sluggish. You're going to fight depression. You're going to get overweight. Name one person. You can't find me one overweight person that feels good about themselves. Not one. In fact, most people that are obese have up to 10 to 15 different diseases and ailments as a result of their obesity. You're telling me that feels good? Feels good when you can barely even move, when you're always tired, you're sluggish, you're lazy. And listen, Mike, understand this. I am the least person on the planet that would ever criticize an obese person. I'm not the guy that picks on overweight people. I'm not. I'm the opposite. I'm the guy that punches people that pick on them. I'm the guy that pushes them in the wall. Like, you want to pick on them? Pick on me, right? Like, I'm that guy. I'm the defender of the obese people. I'm not a pick oner. I don't look at someone overweight and laugh. I don't. I actually look at them and sometimes cry. I want to go up and hug them. I want to say I can help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the one. So don't misunderstand my passion and think, wow, this guy's tough on obese people. I'm tough because I want to save you. I'm tough because, I don't want to see you die. I don't want to see you live hating yourself and feeling the effects of obesity. So I'm actually the person that is a friend to overweight people and never pick on them. And I literally don't, not even when I'm with my closest friend, do I laugh or snicker. Even when they snicker, I'm like, why are you laughing, man? What's so funny? That's fun to make people feel stupid like that. Why are you laughing? Well, look at him. Look how big. So, what's your point? Let's go help them. Do you have any clue how they feel right now? Do you have any, if you can get in the mind of an overweight person and how deeply they hate themselves and feel insignificant and insecure and they hate their body, they don't even like to look in the mirror, they don't like to put on clothes, they don't like to go to the beach. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, man, this is impacting America more than we even realize, or the world, actually.
This is actually good life coaching right here. And since today is our life coaching and motivation show, just like every Tuesday, we are touching on some of these topics and, having compassion for another person in the way that that they may feel about themselves, and looking at it from an empathic sort of a standpoint that's a key to being successful in life. I personally have no tolerance for people that I hate bullying. I hate people that pick on other people. I mean, there's some, among friends, good-natured jabbing that I'm okay with, but, when you literally, like, pick on someone because of their situation, I have zero tolerance for that. And I don't think there's no way to be successful like that. Long term, you can't be successful by tearing people down. You can only be successful by building people up.
Yeah. And it's true, man. And you know what? It's easy. See, people that do that, the people that pick on people, Mike, are actually more insecure. The people that's always tearing people down, they're the insecure ones. They're the losers. They're the low-lifers. They're the ones that really have nothing going on. That's why I don't tolerate. I'm with you, Mike. I really don't. Like, I literally won't even, I just don't. Because I don't think any of us should. And I teach that we should teach our kids that. And I'd like to teach that to my son because, boys will be boys. They're kids. He goes to school. I say, Caleb, listen, none of this is a joke. Obesity is not a joke, man. It's really not a joke. It's a disease. Listen to me. Obesity is a disease. Like, my heart breaks. People, listen. Somebody wrote me on Facebook yesterday, and I hope you're watching today. I really do. I usually don't respond to this kind of stuff, and I'm not going to write him back. It's not even worth my time. But it was like, why are you doing lesser things and helping people with health rather than preaching the gospel? I'm like, okay, first of all, this person is the most clueless human being that exists on the planet. The most clueless. Like, he doesn't even deserve to be my Facebook friend because he's that clueless. First of all, to assume that helping people with their health is lesser things. Listen, friends, let me tell you something. The body is the temple of God. You can't call this lesser things. Like, if this dies, there's no more prayer meetings. There's no more feeding the poor. There's no more helping your wife or your kids. I've had to deal with a lot of death because of sickness. A lot. I've literally had to watch single moms suffer because their spouses died of cancer, left them with no insurance, watched them have their house foreclosed, their cars repossessed. This is no joke to me. This is not a lesser matter, my friends. And this is something that all of us should be doing. Taking our health very serious. Helping kids, helping teenagers, helping ladies, helping men. Rather than assuming that's a problem with Christianity. That's why most excuse me for saying this, I'll call out my own faith. That's why a lot of Pentecostals are overweight. Because anytime we start talking about weight loss and juicing, we assume or exercise that's not spiritual. And we use that one scripture in the Bible, that one scripture, that bodily exercise profiteth little. And all the people want to use that scripture and say, see, bodily exercise isn't that important. And I'm like, you know what? I ain't got no time for you.
I can.
You know what I'm saying?
If you want to get critical about that, I can probably look at their life and point out about 50 things that don't profit at all.
At all. Yeah. Bodily exercise profit little. And in light of eternity, of course, and that's the context of that scripture, dealing with spiritual matter. Of course, you won't ever hear me say that juicing is more important than prayer. Are you kidding? You'll never hear that. No. But there's no need to even have that conversation. There's no need to even compare. Hey. Like, there's no need to even bring it up. Like, why would we even stoop to that level of immaturity to say, well, maybe, no. Like, friends, you get 24 hours. I don't care if you exercise 2 hours a day. That's not extreme. You still have 22 more hours. Because I'm passionate about juicing and health and want to save people from disease. Do you know how many spiritual people that I know that are in hospitals right now? Do you know how many spiritual people that I know that love God, that are sick, that have disease because they didn't take care of their body? So, there's no comparison here, my friends. There's no, the conversation doesn't even need to happen. In fact, I'll tell you what needs to happen among my faith, Pentecostals. I mean, we need it as bad as anybody. I mean, we need conferences about health and weight loss. We got plenty of preaching conferences. We're preaching ourselves right to fried chicken. We're preaching ourselves right to going out to eating late at night and continue, we preached. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started right now. It's probably best, Mike, you come up with a question because I'm feeling I'm going somewhere.
I've got a few. I'm about to go off myself, but there's a couple of logistic things that I want to cover real quick, and that'll probably help bring us back down to earth a little bit.
Mike, you are the perfect balance for me, man.
Right up there, if you're looking at a screen like me, is the link. Hannah asks, where can I buy the book? mattmaddox.com/JJI, which stands for Just Juice It. Right up there. You click the link, buy the book. Listen, thanks everybody. Lance and David and Karen all mentioned that they bought the book. Thanks for buying the book. I appreciate that. If you're watching the show, you haven't bought the book yet, there's the link. Click it, buy the book. I think Britton had asked if she could have it shipped to another address, and when you're filling out when you go through the store there, yes, you can have that shipped to a different address. If it doesn't work out, look, Matt and I are all about personal touch. If something isn't working right the way you expect it to, just shoot me an email, mike@mattmaddox.com, and I'll take care of you, okay? And the other thing I wanted to let you know, because Matt talked about the book, and this is a great book, great gift idea, okay? If you've got uncles and aunts and you're going to see them around the holidays, get 10 or 20 copies of this book. If you want to buy like more than one or two, shoot me an email. We'll make a deal with you, okay? And we'll be able to save on shipping and ship a bundle to you so you can give them out as gifts.
Yeah, really, with Christmas time coming up, my friends, I mean, what a perfect gift. Birthday gifts, that's what it looks like. Beautiful cover. But the content is even better than the cover, my friends.
Right.
You're going to really like the content. It's 10 chapters. Joy Haney wrote the foreword. So major shout out to Joy Haney, who's actually authored over 65 books. She wrote the foreword, and it's going to become one of your favorites. Definitely one you're going to want to buy for your relatives. Definitely one you're going to want to buy and give away at Christmas time. You know what I would say to family? I would give them this book, and I would say, listen, one day, this gift, when you're 90, you're going to look back and you're going to say, you know something? The most valuable gift I've ever gotten in my life was that book called Just Juice It. Like, listen, what would you rather buy your family for Christmas? A new grill? Really? To continue to grill those non-organic meats, all that red meat, all that pork? Or a juicing book? Huh? It's quality over quantity, my friend. What do you want to buy your wife? A new vacuum cleaner? Come on, baby. Get her a juicing book. Go buy a juicer. What do you want to buy for Christmas? You want a new lawnmower or a juicing book? Get a juicing book for everybody you know for Christmas. And it's perfect Christmas idea. And I know they're going to look at you at first when they open it up. They're going to think, I wonder what this is. Open it up and it's just juice it. And even if there's that, listen, my grandma used to get me underwear, Hey, my grandma got me underwear every Christmas. So if I had to go through my grandma giving me underwear for Christmas, my friends, you can go through your family giving you that look like, wow, you got me a juicing book for Christmas.
Hey, moment of teaching life coaching. If you thought about getting your wife a vacuum for her birthday or for Christmas or an anniversary, I agree with Lance. Bad idea.
Yeah, definitely bad idea. Bad analogy. See, Mike, that's where you got to help me with the analogies, my friends. Bad analogy. You're right. Never buy your wife something she can use in the kitchen or at the house.
Yep.
Not on special days. Now, random. Sure. Middle of June.
On a Thursday afternoon, like, hey, I got you this new Dyson. Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. But not on anniversary, right, Mike? Or a birthday?
No. And you could get her flowers, right? But they'll just be dead soon. You could actually get her a juicing book, but here's how you want to present it. I'm giving you a book because I'm going to help your lifestyle. Quality of life is going to increase.
That's as beautiful as you've ever thought of in your life. Let's put the link up here. So tell me who's bought the book so far. If you bought it, just say I've already bought it. Put in the chat box. I want to know who's bought it. I want to know who's actually buying these books.
Lance and David and Karen did. 1 second.
Lance,
I'll be right
David,
back.
Karen. Mike, you love disappearing on me, man.
I'm right here. I got my other computer over here because I got a detailing it.
Guys, I wanted you to understand this. You know, sometimes I get very intense on Fuel for Success, okay? Get the why behind this. Guys, I've seen so much in my life and in my travels. You couldn't even imagine the amount of people, some of the greatest people that I know that died that didn't have to die. People that I know that are their whole life is wrecked because of obesity. The amount of depression. Listen, I know people that are powerful preachers that behind closed doors hate them, that confide in me, depressed because of their weight, feel sick, don't even feel comfortable getting behind a pulpit, embarrassed to introduce themselves at a funeral as the pastor. This ain't the way to live, my friends. So when I come across intense and passionate, it comes from here. It really comes from the soul of seeing so much obesity and disease and sickness that I'm like, you know what? Somebody has got to wake us up. So I'm just one of the, and I'm not the only one. Thank God for everyone else out there in the health and fitness industry that's doing good works, because we've neglected it for too long in America. You know, way too long. But anyways, Mike, what were you about to say, my friend? Who else bought the book? Karen bought it. Lance bought it.
David Sandy.
Who's buying it? Who's buying it? That's a good idea. Housewarming gifts, wedding gifts, just a random thinking about you to a friend. You know, even anybody you know that in your church that's obese, give them this book. So will that hurt their feelings? No, it might at first, but just let them know, hey, I know this guy. He coaches a lot of people that are overweight. He gets results. He knows what he's talking about. He's ridiculously handsome. He's fun. He's cool. Buy his book.
And his friend Matt bought a book. So, wrote a book.
That's funny right there.
I think, I know what I was going to say. And it applies even if you know somebody in your church that may be overweight. Just say, you know what, this is going to increase your quality of life. Not necessarily, hey, I got you this because you weigh too much. That's not the right way to approach it. Sometimes life is about the soft answer. Yeah.
It is. And you know what? It's a good gift to give to your kids' teachers. I mean, really, to your pastor, to your dentist, to your doctor, to the person that does your Starbucks every morning, to your friends. Like, don't just be selfish and buy it for you. Buy it for others. Where do you work at, Mary? Go ask them, and I'll sell them to you at a cheaper price, and they can still make a little bit of money. Anybody who wants to sell my books, I'll let you have it at a little bit of a cheaper price so you can make a little bit of money. So if you want to sell them at your church, let us know. If you want to sell them at your bookstore, your work, if you think your work will sell them, let us know. I'm going for 1 million. I want 1 million people to buy this book. I'm not kidding. I want the whole world to have this book in their hands. Perfect, Britton. Mike, any questions on life coaching? Here we got lost talking about health and books.
Yeah, we got
all that.
We got about 7 minutes, and Lance had asked a question, and I like this actually because it's very applicable. It's a totally different topic, but we're going there anyways because our good friend Lance asked the question: what are your thoughts on retirement planning? I'm conflicted about how much I should be saving when I'd rather give more. Is it irresponsible to not effectively plan for retirement? Great question, Lance.
That's a very good question. Lance, always go by percentages. So determine, I have a give envelope, and whatever I would determine percentage-wise to give goes in that give envelope. And then same thing with retirement. So that way you're never spending give money on retirement, and you're never spending retirement money on give. So always, for sure, like at the age of 12, teach our kids to plan for retirement. It's the number one mistake people don't make, in my opinion, when it comes to money, is preparing for retirement. And then that's why you go to Walmart or wherever and you see these precious elderly people having to work. Like, you want to get to the place of retirement and be able to give and be able to contribute and to not have to worry about money. So understand that while it seems like, oh, I should be given this money, actually down the road you'll be able to. You'll be able to give something more valuable than money, and that's your time. Like if you retire at 60, 65, and you live to be 80, you got 20 years to give back, to do missions trips, work in your church, volunteer, write books, spend time with your grandkids, volunteer in the community. Like live that kind of life, in my opinion. So definitely it is extremely irresponsible not to plan for retirement.
I would say that as long as there's a plan, it's good. That doesn't. There's a lot of different ways to do that, and I think that percentage-wise, it can vary a lot on based on what your what your plan is. Yeah, and your income. And Al's asking how much should a person have saved for retirement. That's a great question, and I don't know that I have a canned response for that. It kind of depends on a lot of the problem is that. I mean, even 10 years ago, everybody had a plan in place, and then, how's your 401k doing? You know what I'm saying? I mean, people lost hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Don't trust the banks, let me put it that way.
Yeah, and you guys want to invest, straight up. I mean, Mike and I are starting a new business. We're actually looking for a few investors, so if any of you out there want to take your money and actually make money, it's a very safe, low-risk investment that in a major result-producing business that Mike and I are starting. So straight up, like we're looking for, we're very specific about our investors, but we are looking for some people that want to invest. So if you want to hear about it, shoot us an email. We'll be happy to give you a call three-way, at least tell you what we're doing. And if you want to invest some money into it and get a return, there's two types of investments that we're doing, actually. We're doing, Mike, tell them a little bit of the two. I know we're not going to tell our business today, but tell them the two types of investment that we're doing there.
Well, really, we're doing a simple debt financing model where effectively you put in money that's used as capitalization to build a business, and then after really on a graduating scale, after 24 months, you pull back out. We're really doubling the money in 24 months, and then there's also, of course, equity financing where we're exchanging a portion of the company for portion of the company, some shares in the company in exchange for capital. So those are the two different models.
Lance says we didn't know what the business is first. Lance, call us up. We'll tell you over the phone, my friend. And we're going to tell it on Fuel for Success. This will be the first place we announce it. We were going to do it on Monday, but like Mike said, there's just a few more logistics we want to get through first before we make it public. Other than that, we're getting close. We're getting very close.
There's trademark issues and filings with Secretary of State and those sort of things that we have to take care of before we publicly announce it, I guess. So just details.
I need one favor, okay? Mike and I are here every day to serve you guys. Rarely do we ask for something. Here's what I want you to do. I'm going to do an ask today. Rarely do we. My favor is two things. One, that you buy the book. Two, that every one of you that are watching live or on the archives would take this link and post it on all your social media and text it to any of your friends of the book. Not the show today, but of the book. And just say, hey, letting everybody know Matt Maddox just released a new book called Just Juice It. It's got over 50 recipes. And to all you parents, there's about 10 recipes specifically for kids. There's a lot of recipes on how to beat the flu, recipes on how to reduce inflammation. There's recipes specifically for the NutriBullet. There's recipes specifically for the Jack LaLanne, and a lot of unbelievable content about fruits and vegetables, the do's and don'ts of juicing, stuff on weight loss, extreme motivation. So I need a favor today. Rarely do we ask for something back. Mike and I are about giving the show and serving you guys. But today, I'm asking our community to get this book out. At least text it to 10 friends. At least text this link to at least 10 friends or family and say, hey, friend of mine, I watch this show every day. He just released a new book. Here's the link. Check it out. Put it on your Facebook, your Twitters, all that stuff. Even email it to a few friends. Tell a few friends at work. Yeah, I know, Britton. Mike told me I'm not allowed to rap Just Juice It, so we're trying to create another song. How's my songwriters out there? I'm waiting for a few to come back at me with a cool song about it. I did the other day with Caleb sing the Alabama version of Just Juice It, Mike, and it was sick. He just said, Dad, make me one promise. Don't sing that on the show. But I thought it was sick. I was like, Caleb, don't you feel the rhythm in this? The vibe, man? Like I can just totally it brought me alive, So maybe we'll go that way, Mike. I appreciate the suggestion. Alabama, my friend.
Just for those that are maybe listening on a podcast and you can't see the links or whatever, the link will be in the YouTube notes as well. But the link for the book is mattmaddox.com/JJI. JJI stands for Just Juice It, of course. So it's nice and short, mattmaddox.com/JJI. Go there, share it, buy the book, buy 20 copies. Anybody
that buys over 20 copies, we'll definitely give them a discount. So other than that, guys, thank you so much. Mike, can you give us a recap tell everybody what I was really trying to say earlier today about the health and the juicing and all that stuff? Give us a little recap there, my friend.
Well, the recap for today is that the book is released. Buy a copy, okay? And the book is going to help people have more energy and more health and a better lifestyle, a better quality of life. And for those who, my preacher friends out there, you will be a much more effective preacher if you're healthier. So. Oh, yeah.
Your congregation will love you. You get a healthy pastor, they will love you because you'll have energy. You'll actually be, what, believe it or not, you ever watch an overweight person preach? It's very hard for them to preach.
It's true.
The benefit of an overweight preacher is they don't have the stamina to preach long. You may not want your pastor to lose weight, my friends, because if he does, usually overweight pastors, they don't have stamina to go longer than 30 minutes. That's my observation. Like, oh, this is cool. And I see a really overweight preacher. And again, remember, I'm not a pick on her, right? But when I see an overweight preacher, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be out here in 25 minutes, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's going to go long.
That's terrible. It's true, but it's terrible. Okay.
Don't go out there and say, oh my God, he's picking on over. No, I'm not picking on him. Not at all. I'm just stating a fact.
Hey, you can be more effective in your job, in your ministry, in your family, and in your relationships if you have more energy and you're healthier. Period. There's no two ways about it.
And listen, this is not dirty. And in your sex life, like straight up.
Yeah.
It'll even improve your sex life. The healthier you get, the more weight you lose, the happier the husband and wife will be in the bedroom, my friends. That's a fact.
It is a fact.
So, Mike, can you sing Just Juice It, my friend? I mean, I'm sure you can. Can you give us?
No.
Even the Irish. How about an Irish folk of Just Juice It? Can you go? Can you give me like a banjo, Just Juice It? Grab that guitar. Come on, man. Come on, Mike.
Hang on. So
You're going to be dead one day. You're going to be dead one day. I need you to step up, get a little creative, have fun.
Hey, I don't have my pick, but what do we you were saying like some Skinner?
Skinner? Yeah, I'm feeling some Skinner. There you go. Come on. Now sing it. Just juice it. Let's see if you can create a song right on the spot, man.
No.
How about Michael Jackson, Just Beat It?
Just no.
Huh? How about instead of Just Beat It, Just Juice It?
I'm not a hater, but I'm not a Michael Jackson fan.
I'm not either. I'm actually not a fan, of course. I mean, I respect the guy. All right, well, thanks for hanging, guys. Sorry about being late. We'll fix that. We'll see y'all tomorrow at Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time-ish. We'll be talking about spirituality, okay? So we believe in it. We love you. We'll see y'all tomorrow at 9 a.m. Don't forget, my friends, buy the book, post it, text it to at least 10 friends. Tell people about it, all right? We love you guys. God bless you, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Have a great Tuesday, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.